Yo. What's going on, everybody? It's the Black Manga Critic here. Um, we are live. We are live with a Hunter x Hunter Chapter 391 reaction. We're finally back. I would be way more excited with this video. Normally, I'd be super hype. I'd be like, oh my God, this is amazing. Blah, blah, blah. But just a little like, what's the word? I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. I'm getting older, so I'm like constantly losing my words. Disclaimer or whatever. Like one of my wife and I, we have 4 cats, and one of our cats passed away yesterday morning. So a lot of this, for me is just like, it sort of helps, just to kind of get through that, like, for me, like that grieving process, mourning process, whatever you want to call it. So like it's weird because it's like I'm so excited to be reacting to Hunter x Hunter again and to be talking about Hunter x Hunter again. And I think it's like honestly like one of the like it's like a perfect like kind of distraction from everything. And it's kind of keeping me like rooted. But like, it's rough. It's rough. It's a rough thing. So, if I'm not as excited, like just to start, that's kind of why. But I know that as soon as I get into the reaction, I get kind of into the swing of things. Like, that same thing happens with like when I'm teaching and stuff like that. I just kind of get into the swing of things, like, stuff like that starts to happen, and I'm like, and I'm like I'm hyped, and I'm like in the story, and I'm in like the reactions and everything like that. So that's just like a disclaimer, just to kind of let folks know, like, if I'm not as hyped, that's why. And if I'm not like, oh my God, Hunter, like, like if I'm not like that, that's why. Let me send the link out on Twitter so folks know that I'm streaming. I just have to copy this link real quick. Where is the link? Hold on. I know there's a way to like, oh yeah, share button. And I've also come down with like a little cold, so let me just copy the link. Post it on Twitter, do my normal thing. And put a hashtag Hunter X Hunter X Hunter or whatever. Hunter. Like that. So let's do that. All right, we did that. All right. Let me close this. So let's get it started. All right. Just to let folks on Twitter know that I'm here. If you live, we're reacting. Okay, so last we left off when it came to like the chapter, right? Like the mafia, the 2 mafia factions were like clashing. I can't remember which 2 exactly. I feel like it was Camilla's faction and Zhang Lei's faction. So the 3rd prince and the 2nd prince. So their mafia factions were like, clashing a bit. And I think those are the 2. And there's a whole bunch of stuff going on with the Phantom Troop, and they're involved, and they're just kind of trying to get to like the upper level so they can find Hisoka, and like search all the levels so they can find Hisoka. And they don't really care what happens. They're just like, we in here, we trying to like find Hisoka, we trying to end his life. Like that's our goal. We don't care about nobody else. If anybody gets in our way, it's a wrap. And the mafia, not the mafia heads know this, but like they're like subordinates, right? Like the sort of like second in command of the mafia heads, like of the mafia factions. They know like, okay, we got to deal with the Phantom Troop now, because if we don't, everything's gonna be chaotic. It's gonna be a mess. All right, so there's also this killer that's on the loose, a serial killer who's trying to like gain points. She's part of Morena Prudo's like that faction from Camilla's faction. So there's like a whole bunch of stuff kind of going on right now, right? Camilla's Morena Prudo got her like suicidal like followers who are like doing their little like prayer thing, whatever you want to call it, right? Like chants and stuff like that. So their abilities are stronger. So that when they meet the person that they're supposed to meet, like the Nen ability, right? Like the like explosion or whatever it is, like is that much stronger. The curse or whatever is that much stronger when they meet that person. So there's like a whole bunch of stuff going on in that sense. And obviously there are other things going on as well in terms of like the Prince factions. Like this is just like the stuff that I've just been talking about is like the mafia stuff and the Phantom Troop stuff, right? But outside of that, right, is this other stuff that's connected, right, with the princes and what's going on with them, and the fourth prince, right, Ser, and Benjamin and his soldiers, and Kurapika teaching people Nen so that he can kind of like level the playing field a bit and like kind of get that chaos sort of thing kind of going on. So there's like there are so many things going on, right? Some other princes are like shoring up the defenses, and they're trying to make sure that they don't end up dead. So there's a lot, right? Melody is going through it. All these, a few princes have like kind of like Melody sort of like caught the eye of a few princes, most notably the fourth prince, right, Ser, and like that's like a recipe for disaster. So keep Melody safe, right? There was like a whole hashtag that was going on before like everybody before Togashi went on his hiatus, right? Pray for Theta, right? She's with the fourth prince right now. She's trying to make sure that he doesn't get to the certain level, but that's clearly not working out very well. So hashtag pray for Theta, hashtag pray for Melody. It's rough out here for folks. It's rough out here for folks right now. So most of the stuff that's kind of going on, I'm like pretty aware of because I had done a reread like maybe like a year ago or something like that, or like a year and a half ago or something like that. So it's all pretty fresh for me. But of course, I can always do another reread because yeah. So let's get into it. Let's get into the chapter. Let's see what's going on in 391. Last we left off, right? Some of them had, again, they were clashing. There were some people with different abilities that I liked. They were very like JoJo-esque. One of them had like an ability to punch, information out of people. Another one had the ability to like control their blood, very a la kind of like Dead Man Wonderland, that kind of thing. And there was another person who like had the ability to like turn objects into animals, but the animals would retain the functionality of the objects that they were prior to transforming. So like there was like a snake with like, there was this guy who like, right, he turned the shotgun into a snake, and the snakes were able to like, shoot shotgun shells, right? Like shotgun bullets. So like stuff like that, so that was pretty interesting. So that's kind of where we left off. So let's see. All right, so and we got a really nice color page here. This is like a dope color page. This is Clash Part 2. All right. So we got Gon here, and we have Yusuke, which is like really interesting. Like we got Yusuke with the spirit gun, Gon, the fist, because Gon's like, he's an enhancer. John Ken. I don't know what's behind it. It looks like I feel like it looks like the like a mixture of like some creature and like Pap, like one of the like calamities, but it also looks like this looks weird. It looks like I don't know what it is. I don't know what this is. I have no idea what this is. But it's interesting. Also, we got Yusuke here. I'm not sure why Yusuke's here. Like, why is Yusuke here? Like what's going on with that? It's interesting. So it might just be like, to commemorate Togashi coming back and drawing again, and that kind of thing. But it looks really cool. Okay, let's see. I gotta make this bit a little bit bigger, so let me do that. Boom. We need a doctor and call the other soldiers. Oh my gosh. Let's see. I'm gonna make this full screen so I can read it, so it's a bit bigger. Okay. If I'm coughing, just know I have a little cold, so that's what that is. We need a doctor and call the other soldiers. Okay, we'll go look for Hisoka as per the plan. I'm counting on you. If you find him, sit tight until you can get in touch with me. I'm going after that woman while I lure out the High League guys. The High League guys on this tier. Got it. Okay. I believe. Let me check out my guide real quick, because like I feel like I know the Hailey family. Let me check that out real quick before I continue. because I know what their symbols are. Yeah, so the Hylia is the fourth prince. The Shar, the Sha'ar is the seventh prince, right? I remember that. And Camilla is the Shiyu, right? So that's the second person. That's Camilla. So right now I think it's like the Shiyu family versus the Hylia. Okay. So let's see. All right, we live with that. Let's see. Let's continue. This hall looks empty enough. Ooh. Okay, so there's blood on the. Oh, that's so interesting. Yeah, we back. This is what I needed this so badly today. Like my mood's just been low. Like when a pet passes away, you're just like for me, the way I agree is it's just very different. Like I'm just very numb. And I cried yesterday, but I just get numb, and then I kind of like go through my process, and I like just distract myself, and just kind of try to stay on task for certain. Because it's very easy for me to just like spiral and just like fall into it like a very low like depressive spiral for like a week or two, and just be like uninterested in like everything. So I'm just like working really hard to just like not do that, because I know how that ends for me. All right, so we got the blood on the wall, and the blood's like moving around. It seems like that's so weird. Ew, I can never get used to this. Aren't they cute though? No way. Come on, be a little more respectful to my blood. Every drop is trying its best to find Hisoka. Each of them is a hero. Huh. Ew, it even has eyes. That's so interesting. Notice how she like did this, and then the blood was like separate, but then the blood came right back together. That's so wild, yo. Yo, Tagashi, I love Tagashi so much. Translator Lillian Olsen. I can't remember if that's the same translator that they've had for Hunter x Hunter, or if it's like someone else. I'm not sure. I feel like I have like a different name in my head, but I don't know. I have to look into that. Anyway, y'all can let me know in the chat or the comments after the stream. How can I get it to die? Why are you trying to kill it? I mean, it's Nen. It'll go back to regular blood once the aura runs out in about 30 or 40 to 40 minutes. So once they spot anyone suspicious, I punch them and make them talk. We go over this every time. You don't have any interest in anything I say, do you, Lynch? Okay. So there's these birds. Oh, this is the person who can like transform the objects into animals, and they can maintain the functionality of the objects, of the original objects. So there are all these birds, but they're like something else. I'm not sure what they are, but they're probably something dangerous, like knives or something, or bombs, like grenades or whatever. Okay. Hey, excuse me. May we look at your camera? She's not in any of these. Next. Okay. Oh, okay. So they're looking around. Oh, snap. Bingo. The hallway that leads to the standard cabins. That's the only access route. So they're also likely monitoring who's coming and going. We know what Morena looks like, and the others will be obvious with their aura. But it wouldn't hurt to identify the 23 of them as soon as possible. Right. These are all the people that like are following Morena and like have that ability and are like trying to increase. I feel like I can't remember like if all of them have the ability, have the curse, or if there's just like a section of them that have the curse and are like building up the curse's power, and a section of them that like have the ability to like improve their nen through like killing people, right? Like the levels and like that very like cult, like that cultish kind of like setup that kind of keeps you attached to the cult, for personal gain, but it's really like for overall for like Morena's gain, and then like for Camilla's gain. No, Sarah's gain for the fourth prince's gain. So really interesting. We need to hold on to your camera as important evidence, collateral, just in case. Okay. See, so he takes a camera He transforms it into a cat. So now the cat has like recording abilities. This is like, these are cool. These are cool. These are cool. I'm setting you to record mode. Meow, bleep. So the cat's just like around, like moving around, recording things. That's so cool. All right. So let's see. It would be convenient if they're all hiding back there, but that's not realistic. Now that their benefactor, the fourth prince, has backed out, there's nothing to stop them. We have no idea what Hailey will do. Why? What are they after? It must be the second track, Faker's Rebellion. That would make everything make sense. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for those regulated to the shadows to settle old scores. This killing spree could be training for what's to come. There he is. Heinrich. She used underboss. Right. And I think that's the guy with the glasses, I believe. Or not. Oh no, the other guy. Okay. He's the other one. All right. He's out on his own. What does he take us for? We can take him down with the three of us. I know what that is. Okay. Weird. All right. He's seriously on edge with that end thing. He'll know we're here if we get within 16 feet of him. This is so interesting, right? Because it's like, we know that generally, like, if you can use N, that's like, it's not like super impressive, but it's like, it's pretty impressive. It's like it's not like you're not a scrub, you know what I mean? Like, yes, people can use N, but like when your N can extend like a certain amount of like number of like feet, it's impressive, right? Now, it doesn't mean you're like the pinnacle of like Nen users or anything like that, because we know that like Zeno, other Kite, right? Like these other figures can like extend their Nen like super far, right? Like just like like dozens upon dozens of meters, right? And in certain circumstances like hundreds of meters, right? Ridiculous. All right, I'll go first. Watch for an opening and finish him off. You're going to just treat this like a normal fight? You're going to use a gun? Well, that might distract him a bit. By the way, killing a Nen user is worth 10 levels, right? CVC's like, they're just like, look at those 10 levels, right? Like, it's like a game. It's like a little video game. It's like, all right, if I do this, I gain some experience. And then if I gain this experience, I'll gain this new ability. And then if I gain this new ability, like, I'll be stronger, blah, 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 right? And my stats will increase and all this stuff. It's just like this, like, really, like, sick game. The three of us can't share that evenly. The one who finishes him off gets all 10. Are you for real? Shouldn't it be weighted by contribution? Who decides who did how much? The boss. Duh. She created the ability. I wouldn't be surprised if she can tell what we're doing at all times. Whatever. Just do it and find out. I don't care. As long as I get to kill. Okay. Paraile? Conjurer, Demolition, level 29. So these, they were all like, so these people have killed at least 2 people. I can't remember exactly. Like, I know that it's like a kill is like 10 levels, right? So I think it's like is it that like each kill is a level, like one thing, like one, and then when you get to like level 10, you get like, so these people have killed so many people. These people are like psychos, yo. These people, they're murderers. Oh my god. Level 22, level 24, they've killed so many people, yo. They've killed so many people. If it's like one point, like kind of like 1 point for each kill, right? And like killing a Nen users with like 10 points, right? So like they've killed so many people. Or they've killed 2 Nen users, which is like wild. But what's also interesting, right, is that like I don't know if there's a rule in place where if they kill each other, they also gain points, right? And so like gaining the Nen makes them stronger, but also makes them vulnerable to other individuals who are trying to gain their abilities and get stronger, right? It's like, ooh, it's so sinister, Oh my god. If I can get reincarnated, I want to be a lethal weapon. Okay. Demolition, repairman, civil engineer. So these are just like their like occupations. right? So we got a conjurer, an emitter, and an enhancer. Okay. So he's conjuring something. So Parale is conjuring something. Let's see. Oh, because I would feel the skin, the blood, the flesh, the moment the life is taken. Fistful of weapons. I'm coming to get you. That's so funny. It's like a horror film kind of like a reference, I guess. That was my wish. But thanks to Morena, it was granted while I'm alive. For Morena and for myself, I'll do my best to kill people. Hmm. Oh, his end activated. The other guy, Lynch. Boom. He's coming in with an N. That's not gonna work. Handcuffs. Ooh. He transformed handcuffs into pigeons to use as lookouts. Does your ability even have a point? Bro, stop playing. Yo, anytime a Nen user gets on you like that, oh, it's so bad. It's brutal. Like, this is like a Morel level, like, burn. Does your ability even have a point? Like, why would you, like, right? Like, when Morel's like, why would you create an ability that's slower than you are? Like, bruh. Oh my God. Oh Lord. Zoom. Got him. And those are Nen cuffs, right? Like, those aren't like regular handcuffs. They're probably fortified by Nen. Wow. What about you two? It would make things easier if you all came at me. If you called for help, it would be even better. It would be even better. I have plenty more pigeons. Yo. Okay. Boom. They're shooting. And he's got the Nen, so the bullets don't even hurt him. Man. Using the Ren, I think, or I can't remember. I don't know if it's like an advanced application of Ren. Or no, because right, I feel like 10 is just like aura, and then Ren is like the, like, you know, like when you like really use your aura to like protect yourself, and like, you know, you enhance your aura just like generally around you. And then there were like advanced applications of Ren, like Kyo, like Kyo and Ko and stuff like that. But I have to look it up. I have, like, that I do have to refresh my memory on about. So let's see. So let me look at the chat. Let me look at the chat real quick. Folks are here. What's up, BMC? I love Aka 13. Yes, Aka 13 is so good. It's like Aka 13, real quick before we move back to Hunter x Hunter, is like, I just love that manga. I love Natsume Ono. She's so great. Like, just a dope manga, and just write stories that are just so offbeat. They're just off off the road of like mainstream, like, you know, generic-y kind of manga. So good. Same translator. Yes. I'm gonna see one day. I'm gonna get that translator interview, that conversation. I'm gonna get it. Like, that's gonna happen. Yeah, it's great to have Hunter x Hunter back again. Whimsy, yo. I feel so bad for the passengers on the boat. That place is going to be a bloodbath. Yo, it's so bad right now. I can't even. It's so bad. Like, it's awful. These folks don't even know. They're like, why? Like, cats are recording things. Pigeons are handcuffs. Like, where are these explosions coming from? Right? Like, just a mess. Just an utter mess. And imagine you're a passenger running into the Phantom Troop. You're just like terrified. Interested how they insinuate that Morena can tell what they're doing because her Nen is in them. She basically could have eyes everywhere, especially if one of them reaches level 100. Yeah, I think that it's probably like a condition that Morena has, like, for that ability. Like, a condition is like, you know, like she has to like be aware at all times of like what these people are doing. So maybe there's like something about her where she doesn't necessarily want to see like all these deaths or whatever. And that might be something, you know, that is like a negative for her, but it allows her to view all those people. So I don't know, right? Or it could just be something that she, you know, does, but there's a different condition that allows her to view everyone, right? Like, there might be some, you know, some negative effect because she can view everyone and how they're using their abilities, or they might not. She might not be able to do it, right? We don't know. That's the best thing about Nen, and like when Tagashi introduces things, like we get like it's like we're supposed to speculate, right? Until like things are explained like in a bit. And usually Tagashi doesn't take too long to explain certain things when it comes to like Nen and ability and stuff like that. Can she like vaguely sense her levels? Probably. I think this probably she probably gets like a signal like when like some level has like increased, kind of like how like generally Nen users can feel like when there's like a spike in aura and stuff like that. She probably has some connection where at least she's able to like she's able to tell when a certain one of her like followers aura has like spiked in a sense, and that spike tells her like, oh, they've probably gone up a certain level based on the level of aura that of aura increase. That's my guess. That's my guess. It's helping. It's helping. Like honestly, like when a cat dies, it's like, and when one of your pets dies, it's like rough. So right now, like my wife is like, it's really bad. It's really bad right now. Like reason, like then that makes a lot of sense. So right now I'm just like trying to do things to keep me like moving and keep me from just like again like going into like just 2 week like spiral, depressive spiral, because it's very easy for me to just go into those spirals and not realize for like a few days that I'm in one, and then like it's been like 4 days, something like that, and I haven't showered or something like that, like if I don't have like work for a bit, where I don't have like a class that I have to go to or something. So this chapter is definitely helping. It's definitely helping. All right, let's move on. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Thanks for that, Amadou. All right, let's make this bigger. So, okay. Oops. Okay, so they're shooting right, easy, and then this person comes with, it says they were handcuffed to begin with, and reinforced with aura. Of course, they were reinforced with aura. Like when we're reading this, we're like, I love Takashi so much. Because it's like it's a reasonable thing that of course the handcuffs would also be reinforced with aura, right? Like it's just like, of course, like if you're gonna fight someone with Nen, those handcuffs better be fortified with aura. Otherwise, those handcuffs wouldn't be super useful. Guns can't kill them. Okay, boom. So this person, it has, I don't know what is it like a, what is that? It's like a drill. Dodge. Okay, and there are these two little, are those birds? I don't know what those two things are. Like, oh no, those are his eyes. Okay, so those are his eyes. He's like, look, he's like, whoa, and he's got a dodge. This dude is no joke. Ooh, right through his hand, yo, right through his hand. It's right through his hand. Yo, I see. You can make all sorts of weapons. The sensation of death. No two are the same. Oh, the cuffs got on his leg. Oh, and the handcuffs got linked, so he's got a handcuff on his hand and a handcuff on his leg, and it's like boom. It's like, yeah, stop playing. There. Now what are you gonna do? See, don't get cocky, man. Don't get cocky. This is what happens when you're a Nen user. The battle, right? The tide can turn at any point in time during a Nen battle. We know this. Don't get cocky. All right. Okay. Looks like your friend. Were you abandoned? Screw you. It's on my own. It's just a chain. I'll chop it with an axe. Boom. Not gonna happen. Ugh. Good for you. To kill and be killed all at the same time. Oh. Yeah. Boom. I wish I could have taken them somewhere else to be more discreet. Misha, I'm counting on you. I can't be held up here. Those pigeons are a serious problem. Now what? We don't want to get caught and interrogated on where the hideout is. Let's go ask Morena. And that's the end of the chapter. You know about that chapter? I love that Tagashi is just so unbothered by like, how long he's been on hiatus, and like, like and like maybe like feeling a need to like, move to a different part of the story after like he comes back with the chapters. But he's like, nope, just gonna keep the consistency. Gonna go right back where we left. Like I love that, you know, and it kind of like rewards the rereads and just like, you know, staying consistent. And it doesn't mean, right, it doesn't mean that like you're like, oh, not a fan or you're not dedicated if you don't reread the chapters for like a year or a half or whatever, something like that. Just means that like that's just Tagashi. That's just what Tagashi's gonna do. Hey, that's just one of my cats saying hello, Bubba. Yeah, hello. Okay, go. All right, right. So I thought it was a great chapter because it was just like give us a nice little Nen battle, right? Give us a nice little Nen battle. I thought it was good. That's just like a solid chapter. So to do is talk about like what I enjoyed about the chapter, and then I might have like a different kind of stream for like a 20-minute just like Hunter like discussion stream or something like, or I might just talk now for the 30 minutes and then have my hour be up and then I'll be done for the day. And then I want to stream another manga that I've been reading, but like I just like I think it's just good for me to just like focus on the Hunter stuff and then figure out other things. I'll make a quick announcement at the end of this video, but at any rate, what I like about the chapter, I liked that there are clear, right? Like one thing that Tagashi is so great about is like all the stuff that he's mentioned in Hunter x Hunter about like Nen battles being about like abilities that are like right, like the abilities have a disadvantage against other abilities or advantages against other abilities. Right? Knowing that the tide of a battle can take a turn. So when I think that was Lynch, right? So like when Zoom, that drill went through his hand, he was like, whoa, didn't panic, understood what was going on, right? read the situation, right? Read the room and was like, okay, I can't let myself get hit by this drill. This drill is like stronger than like my Nen fortified hand. So let's adjust, right? Just really, really solid. Like, and this is how Nen battles work, right? It's like that dude got right one of the more the one who was who can like transform his hand into like different like objects and stuff like that, got too cocky, right? And just did not have the same physical capabilities as Lynch, as this guy who's like a higher up, who's clearly had Nen battles before, who's more experienced, right? Can use N up to 16 feet. Like this guy's not like some like rookie, right? This guy's not like someone who has, you know, just recently found Nen and is learning to use the abilities and stuff like that. You know, this guy's been around for a while and has been doing things for a while, right? Probably on the level of like what was it? Like the beast, right? The Saint Beast, is that what their names were? Right? Like those individuals. Let me look that up. Hunter Saint Beasts. Yeah, Saint Beast, right? Or no, Saint Beast. I know that's Yu Yu Hakusho, but I can't remember what their names were. Something Beasts, right? Something Beasts. I know the Saint Beast was like, you know, there was like Suzaku and like Yu Yu Hakusho dudes. Shadow Beast. There you go. Shadow Beast, right? Maybe on that, you know, because the Shadow Beasts were like, they were strong, the 10 most powerful users within like that mafia community, right? Within on the continent, right? But not this mafia, right? Like this is like a mafia that's like maybe connected in some way to the Dons, the 10 Dons and stuff like that, but separate, right? They're like related to the royal family. So they might be on the level of like the Shadow Beast, right? Like, and these people might be like, you know, like Lynch or whatever, and they may be strong, but they're not the Phantom Troop, right? Like they're not like these like top tier elite Nen users. They're good, right? And they have experience and they like, you know, they know the deal, but they're not on that level, right? So they still have experience. They're still dope. They're still really good. Like they know how Nen battles work. So I appreciated just how that battle played itself out. You knew, like, right, that guy was like, all right, I'm gonna go by myself, whatever. And he got smoked. Right? Because he wasn't experienced enough. Like, his inexperience showed so quickly. Like, you were just like, this guy's dead. Just rushing in, not having any, like, not preparing, not considering that the handcuffs would be fortified by Nen. Like, for us as, like, right, readers, right, this is like basic stuff. Like, we know this because we read so much of Hunter x Hunter, and we've reread so much of Hunter x Hunter, and we've watched Hunter x Hunter, right? But even then, right, like, if you are experienced as a Nen user, that's like a consideration that you would make in battle. Excuse me. See some of my tea. Right? That's something that you would do in battle. You'd assume that. But the fact that they didn't assume that, and they were just like, it's like they didn't assume that it would be fortified with them. They just shot, right? Like, obviously, okay, you would, you shoot them maybe to, like, see if you could destroy them or whatever. But even then, it's like, it just showed their inexperience, and they're like kind of surprised that at the fact that the birds weren't able to be destroyed. Just kind of showcase that, like, you're a little green. You got some, you have lots more to work on, right? Like, it's like Ryoma Echizen would say from Prince of Tennis. You Mata Mata Dane, you have lots more to work on. You still have a ways to go. So that's kind of the thing, right? Like, I just like how the Nen battle was like a kind of microcosm of how Nen battles generally are, right? Like, the rules of Nen battles, not getting over confident, considering different scenarios. This is why Hisoka versus Chrollo is so good, because these are like two top tier Nen users who were considering every single little thing, right? Preparing during the battle, preparing before the battle, right? All that stuff. And, like, that's why that battle is just like such a tour de force, and it's so beautiful. It's just like such a beautifully written battle. Okay. Anything you're hoping to see during this stretch of chapters? For me, I think what I'm looking forward to from this stretch of chapters is I would say I want to see anything related to Hisoka. We probably, I have a feeling that because we're so in the, like, mafia stuff right now, and the mafia are trying to find Hisoka, and the Phantom Troop are connected, right? I think we will get a hint in this batch of 10 chapters. I feel like, this is a, like, perfect batch for Togashi to kind of give us something to kind of be like, I got you. I'll give you a little bit of Hisoka because I know y'all love Hisoka. I love Hisoka. That's why I didn't kill him off, right? Also, and like, and also Hisoka's great for the story. So I feel like we're gonna definitely get a hint. Like, we might see Hisoka, or we'll know we'll see Hisoka's disguise. It'll be something that, like, if you blink, you'll miss the hint. I feel like it won't be like a big thing, but it'll be like, if you blink, you'll miss the hint. And if you miss the hint, then the 10 chapters are just kind of like 10 chapters. But if you don't, and you've been reading and you're paying attention, and you have, like, a community of people to talk to with, then you will see the hint, and it'll be like, oh, we know, right? I think it'll be like that. But if it's not, and it's just like a in your face, like, here he is, y'all, I'm taking that too. I'm not gonna be mad at that. I'm not gonna be mad at, like, anything. Like, right, I'll take anything Hisoka related. So that's kind of something that I'm looking forward to. I also want to get back. I also want to see, like, if we get anything Leorio related too. Like, that's something that I mentioned in, like, my discussion stream, right? Like, I was like, I just want to see Leorio, like, get some page time, right? We saw that in, like, one of those color pages that Togashi made. No, Leorio was like, need more page time. I need Leorio to have more page time like that. That's something that I've been wanting for, like, the longest. So I think those are probably the two things that I'm really, really looking forward to. I want to see, and well, two things. Like there are three things, but the two things, right? Leorio getting more page time, Hisoka hints, and just to see some more Camilla, just to see a little bit of like what Camilla is aware of when it comes to this stuff that's going on currently. Because she's my favorite prince. I love Camilla. I think she's just like so deliciously like awful. You know what I mean? And like as a character, she's great, right? Like if Camilla was like a person in real life, like I'd be like, all right, she gotta die. Like she, in the grave, 6 feet under, bury her loose. Like, no. But that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to like seeing some of that. I would like to see if the Zodiacs have seen anything like related to Hisoka at all, that kind of stuff too. Mia Stone, or Mizai Stone. I can never pronounce that. But the bull Zodiac, right? So that's kind of something that I'm looking forward to too. Yeah, I would say those are the like three things generally that I'm looking forward to, or four things, right? Leorio, Hisoka, Camilla, and the Zodiacs. Like those are the four things that I'm really, really looking forward to. Yeah, Hulkenberg is such an interesting case. Kid Light, like Hulkenberg is such an Kid Kyle, sorry. Is such a interesting case. You know what I mean? Like, just I like the fact that like, he's like a great representation of like a politician who, right? It's like, it's like when you're in politics long enough, even if you feel like you've done like really good things politics wise, if you're in politics enough, the politics will change you. Like that, like political spheres will change you. Like the corruption happens to even the best of people, right? People go into politics, they have these things that they want to do, they go in, right? You can look at like a case like, right, Obama, in the U.S. politics, right? You can look at like Obama, other individuals, right? Hillary Clinton, right? Like just to name like prominent politicians, right? Who go into like politics having like these goals and things that people can stand behind, and then all of a sudden you see them like shaking hands with like lobbyists and people from big pharma and sending drone strikes out to like Syria and other countries, right? On like the African continent and the European continent and Asian continent and stuff like that. Like that's the kind of prince that I feel like Hulkenberg is. He's a prince that like is like a sort of cautionary tale of like if you're in politics long enough and you're in this like game long enough, this battle long enough, that's what happens. You what are you gonna do, right? Because you want to stay alive, you want to stay in the game, you want to do that. And so eventually you have to kind of become like a different, you become someone who's very different from like who you were at the beginning. And this is like, right, like an elevated sort of level, right? Because it's like there's nothing that Hulkenberg can really do per se. Like, like I think, right, like he tried to kill himself and he couldn't do that, right? Try to kill himself. The Nen Beast was like, no. So after that, right, like he like exhausted pretty much all of his options, right? He was like, all right, he was like, I'm either gonna kill myself or someone's gonna come kill me. So he said, I'm gonna try to kill myself, and that didn't work. So now he's got no other choice but to act, right? So it's a lot. But I do think that like right, like this is an extreme case, right? Like in reality, that's not a thing. Like it's not like really a thing for like certain politicians when they initially entered it. They're not, that's not like a thing. It's not the same thing. So like, right, politicians in our reality don't have the excuse of like having a Nen Beast like next to them, like making sure that they don't make morally like good choices or whatever. So I mean, it's one of the things that I love about the Succession war arc. It's like there's all this stuff that's like related to like our realities, and Hunter x Hunter generally is like that. But I think the Succession war is really, really great when it comes to the politics and like having like political commentary and geopolitical commentary. The geopolitics is more like the expedition stuff that we see. But even here, it's like, it's there too, but it's like more so like the people that are like moving the geopolitics. So I don't know. I think those are the things that I'm looking forward to. I love this chapter. I'm just gonna kind of go through a few things real quick to just kind of see like what I really like. I love that. I love that with like, the handcuffs, and like the birds can move, right? So the handcuffs can kind of come from like different angles and then transfer. Like I love that. It's like it's so smart. You know what I mean? Because like you could have the handcuffs, but it can be a lot. He doesn't have to move as much, right? And that's what I like about the Nen abilities, right? Like Nen, like there's so many different possibilities in a way, and you can see how like Togashi is influenced by Araki and JoJo and all of that, and like other manga, but specifically like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and like how like when you have something like in a certain ability, it just creates so many different opportunities. But I think the thing that I love about Togashi is like Togashi isn't doing so much, right, that it's like just totally absurd, but there's a certain sensibility to everything that kind of keeps all the abilities grounded, even though they're like ridiculous abilities that I like. So it's still like sensible. You can kind of track things. It's within the realm of like how you can think. So I like that. Like just the way he caught him with those handcuffs, that was so dope. And then just killed him with his own ability. He didn't even have the time to like deactivate his ability, right? Just that boom, chopped his head off. Ooh, rough. Okay. Just rough. All right, just brutal. Okay. So cool. So cool. Right? And what I like about that ability is like the bird is so kind of unassuming because like they're birds. They're like, they fly. Like when birds fly past you or they're around you, your reaction is just like, all right, let me get out of the way, as opposed to like attacking the birds. And he was so distracted, right? By Lynch, by like him in front of him, like, he was so distracted by like him taking by him like by Lynch like being pierced by his drill, that he forgot about the birds, and he like it was like he forgot he had the handcuff on him. You know what I mean? Like it was just so good. It was just so good. I love that. Right? It's like you constantly have to be aware of like everything that's like around you and everything that's gonna sort of happening. It's like really great. This is great. Like Togashi is so good at that little stuff, and just having these like little battles that don't last too long. That's another thing that I love about this chapter. This chapter is like a great example of like the battles don't last too long. Generally, Hunter x Hunter battles aren't like 10 chapters or 15 chapters or something like that. They could be like a chapter. Like this battle was a chapter, right? And it was great. It was great. It was self-contained. Like it wasn't self-contained. Like it was contained. It was like just a good example of like what Hunter x Hunter is. I feel like, just dope. Just a dope battle. If I'm going back, right, they were shooting him, right, and it was like more than like right. There was like two other people, and they were shooting him, and they just let this guy do his thing. They didn't even interfere. Just cool. Amazing. Amazing. Right? And when he got that first handcuff on him, he was done. Right? Like he wasn't even aware that the pigeons could transform into handcuffs, right? Like another rule, right? In like Hunter x Hunter, right? Is like don't tell people what your nen abilities are. Don't tell them. Like keep that to your keep that close to your chest. Didn't say nothing, kept it to himself. And that's like one of the big reasons why he won that match, right? When he won that fight. Right? This guy went in not knowing what to do. He just came in like, yeah, with like, right, like with like a little like weapon. And look at him. Now he dead. He dead now. Okay. So great. Just really, really good. So that wasn't Lynch. That was Heinrich, right? So that's who that was. Okay. And they saw him, and right, the underboss, right? So he's no joke, right? But even he's like, yo, the Phantom Troop's no joke, right? He can extend, 16 meters, blah blah blah. Clearly an experienced fighter, right? Nen fighter, right? But can't mess with the Phantom Troop. He's not on that level. Not on that level. Okay. So I love it. So good. All right. So really good. Okay. So I love that. I love this battle. And I just love how seamless like it moved from the last chapter from 390 to 391. Right? Like it's dope. And what I also like is like you can tell there was so much more work done on this chapter. Do you know what I mean? Like the chapter flows, like many more panels. Just put a lot of work into this chapter. There's so much more into this chapter. Like I feel like it's just really good. It's just like a dope chapter. It's like a really solid like Hunter x Hunter chapter, right? I'm so happy it's back. I really am. Like this upped my mood. Right? You don't need like 3 or 4 or 5 chapters. Like you just boop boop boop. Right? A dope chapter that showed off the abilities. End of the battle. We know this guy is, he's ready, right? Heinrich is ready, right? This is a dude who's ready. Underboss, right? So one chapter, that's all we needed. Okay. So I feel like we will excuse me. I feel like we'll move into right. It says those pigeons are a serious problem. We don't want to get caught and interrogated. Let's go ask Miranda. So I feel like now we'll probably shift to something else. This is like a good place to shift, right? To like some other event that's happening or whatever. Tagashi doesn't have to, but I feel like this is like we're gonna see a shift from what's going on with this mafia stuff to something else. All right. I'm not sure what that something else is. I'm not sure. But I feel like that's what we're gonna see. So I'm gonna end here because it's been 52 minutes, 53 minutes, and I don't really have much more to say other than just like this quick announcement. So I'm gonna try to see if I can do Hunter x Hunter Expedition Arc Succession War reread. I'm gonna read like batches of chapters on certain Sundays, and then after that, if I can do that, it'll always be like generally on Sundays. I'll read a certain batch of chapters. Most likely, it'll be like on days where I react to Shonen Jump, or just like other manga that I'm like, other reactions outside of Alita and Yona and Paradise Kiss. Like outside of those, that's when I'll do like those Hunter x Hunter reactions, and it'll probably be like 3 chapters for each like reread stuff. So 3 chapters of the Expedition arc on top of like reacting to the Hunter x Hunter chapter, that kind of thing. So it'll be like 4 chapters like within like the hour, and then like some other chapters on like other Sundays and that kind of thing. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'll make an announcement for it at some point. I'm not sure when that announcement will be, but it'll be at some point this week. So I'm getting out of here. Shouts out to everybody for like help just being here, helping me move through like the loss of my cat Inez. This Hunter x Hunter chapter was really good. Tagashi, you know what I mean? So thank y'all for coming through to my live reaction for chapter 300 Hunter x Hunter chapter 391. It was just a solid chapter. It was like a good chapter. All right. And I feel like this is definitely a chapter where like rereads are helpful. Right, like reread the chapters, right? Like I said, like reread the Expedition arc, reread Succession War stuff. So I'll end up doing the reread at some point. I just don't know when. But it'll probably be like in a few weeks, maybe like in like two weeks, like after the next 2 Sundays. So thank y'all for coming through. I'm the Black Manga Critic. Shouts to Amadou, Kid Kyle, Whimsy. All right, Rage's Legend for coming through. All right. And I'm out.